Okay, Dad, there is a developing story and we are on the pulse of it. Auto loan defaults ticked higher, what it means for car stocks and the economy. This is an article out of Barron's, the second one in as many weeks, talking about, quite frankly, the auto loan bubble bursting. You know I'm Bubble Boy. Can I get away with that?
Well, can you get away with it? I don't know, but you'll certainly try. I have never met anyone who wants bubbles to burst more than you do. But I will say this: what Barron's is referring to is that we're seeing delinquencies increase, not dramatically per se on a percentage basis, but the fact that they're ticking up, that means they're moving in the wrong direction. And Barron's noted it a couple weeks ago when they did an article that featured a friend of the show, Lucky Lopez, talking about it, based on the issues of loan to value issues.
Yep.
And they're talking about it again today. And the big takeaway was from Lithia, who has their own finance arm now, and they have increased their what is called CECL, which is current expected credit losses. They've created larger reserves because they're seeing that more of their customers are struggling to make payments. And as we know, the average new car payments are well in excess of $700. It was approaching $750, and
It's $730 now. Yep.
okay, and used car average payments are $550 or somewhere in that area, and those are staggering monthly bills to have especially when you have to add on the increase in the cost of gas, the increase in the cost of food, the increase in the cost of housing. It all adds up so that they fear, and they're starting to see, that a higher percentage of their customers are falling behind on their loans. Thinking about getting an extended warranty? Go to joinyaa.com and check out our pricing there. There's no obligation, no spam, no robocalls. YAA for your extended warranty.
So we are starting to see it. So this information from Lithia is a great example of that. Ally Financial, their pre-tax earnings from their auto finance division down $125 million in the most recent quarter. We saw it from some of the data that we looked at in the past from some of the credit bureaus. Generally speaking, we anticipate this weakening within the auto credit and the auto loan industry to continue and to see repossessions. To put it into context, Dad, because this does feel a little bit like '08. It really, really does.
Yes.
Overall, there is about $1.3 trillion with a T dollars of automotive debt outstanding, according to the Federal Reserve. That's out of about $4.6 trillion in consumer debt in general, and compares to the total mortgage debt outstanding of $12.8 trillion. So when we talk about and compare this to '08, the magnitudes of scale are quite different. It's about a tenth of the size as the mortgage market. However, Dad, could you imagine $1.3 trillion? Like we expect, I shouldn't say we expect, the highest we've seen loan delinquency rates reach recently was 5% in the first quarter of 2020. Just start doing some of the math. What if we get to, 6%, 7%, 10%? These are huge amounts of money that's just going. And the other factor, Dad, factor is that these vehicles, we're starting to see it, are not actually worth what they were loaned, what loans were approved against. That is one of the biggest storylines here, because if someone does go delinquent on their loan and they don't pay, well, then the bank's going to repossess the vehicle and try and sell it to reap the value back. The actual value of the vehicle is lower than what they originally loaned against, because we're starting to see weakening in the used car market. So the losses here, even if the percentages stay small, could be huge because the values aren't actually worth what the loans were originally written for.
Well, they never were, but that's besides the point. From what I've read, the Fed is not as concerned about delinquencies in auto loans because that represents such a small number in their mind compared to what we saw in 2008 with the mortgage debacle. So it's as the Fed sees it, it's small potatoes. As you and I see it, I'd like to have, just 1/10 of that debt in my own pocket. I'd be a happy camper for the rest of my life.
No, trust me, I hear you loud and clear. I think there's obvious signs of weakening there, and we need to keep our eyes on it. Obviously, we just had the video drop with Lucky, and he shared some of his insights to it. We'll keep posted on this. We're going to get more and more financial institution Q2 earnings, automaker quarterly earnings, dealer financials coming out soon. These are going to be the leading indicators that show us, okay, there's a slowdown happening. And then again, if you've been waiting on the sidelines to buy a used car, we expect to see used car prices. The root cause of why used car prices will go down is because new car production goes back up. And we don't have a solution for that anytime soon. You know what a short-term fix is to drive used car prices down? An influx of repossessions, and we expect to be seeing more and more of them. These are some of the leading indicators that we look at day to day, and we thought we should put on your radar as well.
Yep. Hopefully you can use this to your benefit moving forward as a consumer.
Absolutely. All right, Pops, thanks so much.
Thank you.